we're going to be doing something similar to what we had done before earlier this year. We're going to be creating a book. Yes. Now, without blurting it out or shouting out, who can raise your hand and tell me what are you learning about that you think we might create a book on? Allie?
Bugs.
Bugs. You got it. Insects. Okay, so now I need, what kind of things might be something you could put in your book about bugs or insects? Who has some really good ideas? Yes.
Ladybugs.
Ladybugs. You can show us ladybugs. What else, Lauren?
Dragonflies.
Dragonflies. Love it.
Bees.
Bees. Great. What else have you learned?
Grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers. And where are you looking to find all this stuff, boys and
Right
girls?
there.
Right up here. Look at these insect charts that you
I found
made.
grasshoppers.
This is going to help you. Now, do you think you could put in there about how many legs do insects have, boys and girls? Six. How many body parts do they have?
Three.
Okay. Do they always have antenna?
No, some don't.
Some don't. You got it. Okay. Now, eyes back up here on our bottoms. Today we're going to use the Chromebooks. We're going to go back to that spot where we made our farm book before, and it's called Right Reader. Do you remember doing that before?
Yeah. It's the owl.
Okay, it's the owl. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. On your Chromebook, I'm going to give you your login cards again, right?
No. Yeah. I don't need mine. I need mine. I don't.
How about this?
I don't.
If you do not need your login card anymore, raise your hand. Awesome. You put your hands back down. That's great. You've learned how to log in. If you need your login card, it's still here for you. Once you get logged in, we're going to go to the apps. You're not going to go to Google Classroom today. You're not going to go to Google Drive. The apps on the Chromebook. Remember there's a circle?
Circle.
Yes, say that again, Lauren.
Circle, circle.
It's the circle on the Chromebook and then the other blue circle. And Michael already told us what is the little picture we're going to look for.
Owl.
The owl. That's going to take you to Right Reader.
The owl.
Once you get to Right Reader, we're going to click the button that is blue and it's going to say log in. And I'm going to show you what it looks like so that way you don't have any questions when you get back to your seat. Action. Here we go. So I logged in. I used Matt's account. So Matt, this is your name. You see it up in the top corner, right? Who thinks they can raise their hand and remember and tell us how are you going to create a new book? Daniel, what are you going to do?
You press that.
Come up and press it. I want you to actually do it, so that way you know when you get back to your seat. Okay, perfect. You may go ahead and sit down. Plus means make a new book. Here's the new book. Who remembers what's the first thing that we're going to do when we make our book?
Make a
Yes.
We're gonna do our color and then we get to choose our one.
Come up and show us where the color is. Perfect. Yep, paint bucket. And go ahead and pick a color for us too. Excellent. All right, thank you. Now she said the next thing is we have to give our book a title. Who can tell me a really good title that we could call this book? Allie? Insects. I'm going to write it up on the board.
Or
that way you
bugs.
can do it. Or bugs. How about I write both words?
Can we do
Insect.
anything we can do?
You can either pick insects
Bugs
or
spiders. About
bugs.
bugs.
Or I heard someone say something really cool.
About bugs.
About bugs.
That's what I said. I'm doing bugs. I'm just gonna say bugs. It's a shorter word, bugs.
All right. Title is going to go here. Type it in. What are we going to put in this spot?
Our name.
Your name. With what kind of letter?
A capital.
So what key do you have to press on the
Shift.
keyboard? You guys are awesome. All right. Then on your Chromebook, remember we've learned the touchpad, Alex. If you go like this with 2 fingers and swipe down, it's going to scroll down so we can find the picture. So if I come down here, there we go. I'm going to click on the picture frame. Now, here's what's tricky. That's Sesame Street. That's not bugs. Raise your hand if you remember how do you get to type in what you want to look for. Yes, Cody.
So you gotta press the pictures.
The picture's either here.
And you gotta press Google G.
The G for Google. You guys are awesome. All right. Now, in your classroom are a lot of resources. If you want to do a book about butterflies and you're not sure how to spell it, you can look up here. If you need to write a book about ants
Or grasshoppers.
or if it's something else you're not sure, try and tap it out or raise your hand and I'll come around and help you, okay? So whatever it is you're searching for, you're going to type it in and then hit search. Do you remember how to add a picture, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when we get farther into our book, when I'm ready to add another page, we're going to go back up to the top. And how do I add a page? Who can show me? Yes, come on up. Show everyone where is it to add a page, and then we'll be ready to roll. Go ahead and press it. Perfect. Thank you. And then she can start all over again. She's going to search for another picture, but here's where the important stuff begins.
You have to type.
This is where you're going to type. And are you just going to type butterfly?
No.
No, we're going to be first graders. So what do you think we should do in
Type a
that stuff?
sentence.
Type a sentence. Raise your hand if you can tell me 3 things you need in that sentence. Allie.
Spaces. Cap period.
Yeah.
Capital. Or give it exclamation or question mark.
All right.
Hi, my name is Christine Danhoff, and I'm the Technology Integration Specialist at Genoa Schools. I am going to give you just a little bit of background knowledge on the lesson that I'm doing with the kindergartners in my video. We were creating a class book using a site called Right Reader. We have used this earlier this year. It covers a multitude of standards and the Ohio Language Arts Standards. We are creating and drawing and dictating and writing or typing different types of writing, nonfiction and fiction. They've done bug books, they've done books about farms, and they can make books about anything that they want this year. And then they're also participating in a shared writing activity. So we've used Google Slides this year as well to each add a slide to make it a collaborative slide. Where students were then sharing the link with parents. They're being able to read it at home and see their friends' pages and just get that bigger audience out there. The technology standards that are covered in this. ISTE standards are they're creating an original work. They are publishing with their peers and sharing with their families and other classes. And they're presenting to multiple audiences and in different types of formats. So I'll show you an iPad app that we use called Draw and Tell to make a YouTube video of a class book. We use Right Reader, and we also have used Google Slides. So here's Right Reader. This is what they've used. They have their own bookshelf, and then they can also record their voice for this. So if they click on their book, now this one's a preschool example, so he did not type any words in yet, but he did record his voice. So they have the option in there to record their voice as well after they type their sentences. And you'll see the little play button. Oh, go.
Don't like going to school.
So they got to say their things. So that's Right Reader, and you saw that lesson that I was presenting. Now, a different kindergarten class, we did a class Google Slides collaboration. So I had the title, they had their slide. They were actually screenshotting their bug that they created from a website, and then they were describing their bug or any facts in the sentences below. So you can see that each student got to see this. We published it so that way parents could have the link and they could view it at home, read their friends, and see their bugs that they created. And then in a different kindergarten class, we used the app called Draw and Tell. And what we did for that is the students drew with their finger their favorite bugs, and then they told about it. They recorded their voice, and we turned it into a YouTube video. So it looks like this.
My name is Abby, and I like pigs because they're red and black. I'm saying I like pigs, but because they're wet.
So there's a sample of a different type of way to do a class collaborative book. So there's lots of options out there. Our kindergartners have learned a ton of different skills. They've learned that there is an audience out there besides their classroom. And I'm hoping that we can continue to grow with these young kids, and they can produce and they can create and they can explore just as they are meant to be. So thank you.